Overseas, Israel stepping up its ground and air combat in Gaza. Israeli forces say they hit about 250 targets in the Gaza Strip over the past day and intensified attacks on the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza. While ramping up its bombardment of southern Gaza, the UN Relief and Works Agency says there is no safe zone now and nowhere left for civilians to go. Our Ines Cuetara joins us once again from Tel Aviv. So what reasons has Israel given now for the expanded operations, Ines?
Hey, Kira. Yeah, I mean, they say they're very much continuing to go after Hamas terrorists, that this is them pursuing their mission of completely eradicating Hamas. So they say they are now operating in the heart of Khan Yunis. This is a city that's twice as important, I think, to the IDF because it is the hometown of two of Hamas's top leaders. And in fact, we heard from the Israeli Prime Minister earlier this evening who talked about how the IDF was now encircling the home of Yahya Sinwar, who is the top Hamas leader in Gaza. Sinwar appears to be on the run, according to Netanyahu, but he said the IDF can reach anywhere in Gaza and they will be going after him. And the IDF has also said that Hamas militants who operate out of Khan Yunis have been instrumental in terms of planning the October 7th terror attack. Now, the IDF also operating out of northern Gaza still. They are engaging in intense face-to-face combat there. And they say that since the beginning of the war, they have struck over 20,000 Hamas targets, Kira.
So 138 hostages remain in captivity. We talk about this every single day. Do we know anything more about them and the efforts to get them out?
No real update there on their condition. Like you say, at least 138 hostages remain there in Gaza. The Israeli Prime Minister did meet with some of their families last night, and he then said that at this point, the only way to bring them back would be through massive military force. And I think that was, disheartening in many ways because it indicates that diplomacy here has really hit a standstill. Those negotiations that were happening in Doha that led to that temporary truce are now over. Hamas has said that there would be no more hostage negotiations until the end of the war. The Israelis have brought back their negotiating team because of the impasse. We did hear from the Israeli Prime Minister saying that he spoke to the president of the Red Cross and he is calling for the Red Cross to gain access to the hostages. That's something to keep an eye on. We know the Red Cross is open to that, to be able to at least check in on the condition of these people, but unclear at this point if Hamas would agree to that.
So the war is also raising a number of alarms here back in the U.S. We've got the FBI director, Christopher Wray, telling lawmakers yesterday the threat environment is unusually high now. Let's take a listen.
All the lights were blinking red before 9/11. Apparently, obviously, all of us missed it. Would you say that there's multiple blinking red lights out there?
I see blinking lights everywhere I turn.
So let's talk about the threats existing for the United States right now, specifically in your region.
Yeah, so I think that the biggest threat right now is the Houthis in Yemen. The attacks there coming from the Houthis have really been ramping up in recent days. They have been firing missiles at Israeli territory. Over the weekend, they fired 3 ballistic missiles that actually struck commercial ships. And the U.S. has also been shooting down drones from Yemen. And Saudi Arabia now urging for restraint. We know that the Houthis have also been intercepting ships in the Arab and Red Seas. The U.S. has responded to this by saying that these attacks are being enabled by Iran. That, of course, is the broader concern here is Iran, who we know is also backing Hezbollah up north on Israel's northern border. There have been daily skirmishes there. There were lots of concerns that that could turn into a second front in this war. That hasn't happened yet, but definitely something to keep an eye on.
All right, Ines de Cuetara there in Tel Aviv. Thank you, Ines.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.